My coffee tastes like water today. That's alright. It doesn't taste bad, but I like a strong coffee. I'm so spoiled. I'm used to having espresso every day because of the bakery. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Samhain. Samhain? I don't know how to say it. Let me see. Samhain. Samhain. I don't know. But it is or Samhain. Samhain. It's a Galaic fest. Oh, Spirit just said afterlife holds secrets. Let me get a ding for that. Happy Samhain, everybody. It is the celebration of the end of the harvest. It's the end of the harvest where the veil is the thinnest. Hello, everybody. Hello, good morning. I'm Pikachu. I am Pikachu for your Samhain. We went trick-or-treating last night and I was Pikachu. Excuse my voice. I've had a couple of throat shakalaka, thraka shaka attacks, but you can't stop God. You can't stop God. Oh, Crazy Dutch. Crazy Dutch says they're taking a shit. Well, some people like to enjoy the YouTubes on the crapper, and I have no problem with that. Whatever floats your boat. Good morning, everybody. I'm just clearing the field as people come in. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Oh my gosh, 11:01, and it is 11:01 right now. We have some number synchronicities that we're going to bring up. We have a dream, a movie, a song. We're talking to Robert Kardashian Sr. today. He said, your soul drew me in. He said, your soul drew me in. The afterlife holds secrets. He said, suffocate. He said, Denise. He said, on Samhain. That's why I looked it up. Because we are technically in Samhain or Halloween. It's from October 31st to now. So, hello, everybody. Can you give me a shout out? Absolutely, Layla. Good morning, Layla. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Irene. What is does doing right now? What is does that you are does doing? Well, we're about to connect with Robert Kardashian Sr. He came to me kind of at the last minute. Well, I guess not really. He came to me. I wrote his name down so I wouldn't forget. And I'll be 100% honest. I wasn't super drawn to him. But I can't go by that because it's not really about me when I do these readings. The only part that's about me is learning during candle rituals. Oh God. The only thing that's really about me is wanting to learn energy and how to read it and how to relay it, how to communicate it, to be of service. So, but we want to also help souls. We also want to help people who, a lot of souls that go through traumatic incidences or have unfinished business, they have a hard time crossing over. So that's another reason. We also want to reveal any truth that needs to be revealed in order for the energy to heal or for judgment or karmic consequence to activate into action. And so we're really passionate about, doing what spirit calls us to do and not really questioning the whys or the whats. So, because it's not about us. In the end, it's not about us and what we want. So, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We are so grateful for every weekend we come on and we get really good energy. And I'm so happy to be here to unite those who resonate, who feel the love. We have so much love to give, and we're really happy to be here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the love. My name is Patience. I'm your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News on all major platforms. If you like more structured, more segmented podcast style metaphysical information, you can definitely go to our link tree through the bio and find all of our ways to listen to the podcast. There's iHeartRadio, Amazon, Spotify. What else? I think there's another one, but you'll find them all there to choose whichever one you prefer. And you can find more of the deep dives of energy there. Here we use this platform to learn how to read energy with our spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle. That's Mish, Mirabelle, and Mantis. They're an ancient group that made a promise to help a mirror. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love you so much, Spirit. Absolutely. They're just they made a pact or a promise a long time ago to always come together to help, to be of service in any way that sees fit for the earth plane. That's our mission here. So here we are. I switched to protein shakes in the morning to Percocet. Life has been going pretty well since. Well, whatever it takes you're on your own journey. We're not here to judge. Everybody's going to go through highs and lows, and hopefully you get to a point where you don't need that and you can be happy without it. Okay? She really read that garbage. Yeah, I'll read anything. I'm here for you guys. I'll read anything. If you're here for me and you're taking the time to write stuff, even if it's bad, I'll read it and then I'll transmute it. Good morning from California. Hello, Brandon. I was born in California, Mission Hills. I was born in California in 1983, 42 years ago. Anna. Spirit said, Anna. Anna, is that you? I hope you're doing well. I send you love and light and hope that you heal. Hello. So we're here to heal. So Spirit said mirror on that note. Feeling of being targeted. Oh, damn. Holy Divine Spirit, I love you so much. Thank you for being with me every day. Thank you for being with us. I am so grateful for all of my blessings. I would absolutely love to get a higher perspective, a linear view with Mr. Robert Kardashian Sr. I invite you into my energy field with Archangel Michael so we can get your perspective. We would absolutely love to know from your point of view how it all went down. What's going on? If you guys don't know who Robert Kardashian Sr. is, he's the father of the Kardashian children, and he passed on. So get this, okay? He passed from cancer, esophagus cancer. What's funny is that, let me get to it. Illness and death. So he was born on February 22nd, 1944. That's 22244. Today is 11/1, okay? And his death date was 9/30/03, which 30 and 03 are mirror inflections of each other. And Spirit said mirror. Spirit also said feeling of being targeted during candle rituals and the afterlife holds secrets. Okay? And it says he was diagnosed with cancer in 2003, and then he died 2 months later. That's it, 2 months later. That's wild. At the age of 59. So that's very interesting. And the reason why we think it's interesting is because what we're finding, and we don't understand it completely because we don't do rituals and stuff, but what we're finding is those that find value in rituals will often do rituals on numerical, I don't know, I don't know what to call it, like anomalies or something. They always have like some alternate meaning or significance or some kind of symbology, because they need that, because they those that do those things need an extra intention to like make it stronger, to make whatever they're doing stronger. Do you actually need that in real life when it comes to God and manifesting and energy? No, absolutely not. Do number synchronicities happen, and that can be a way for, the light to show you, that you're on the right track? Yes, absolutely. So just remember that anything that can be used for bad can also, a mirror can be used for good in a good way. Just like, for instance, these elites and stuff, they like to infringe on people's free will by reading, by anxiety, by reading their energy. They'll spy on you through your astrological chart. They'll read your future to know what your future holds, to what your destiny is, so they can, like, I don't know, change it or steal it or whatever they think they're doing. Okay, just as it can be used for that stuff, for selfishness, for selfish gain, it can also be used in the opposite, the way we're doing it. We cannot tap into people's energy that do not give us permission, but as a spirit medium, we can ask to speak to crossed over loved ones that would like to convey a message, or for earthbound spirits that want to be released, that want to move on and go home. So we're very happy to be here to do that. Okay. So that's very interesting, right? I think it's interesting. So we have 111, we have 222, and we have 33. And 3003, they're inverted. So 30 and then 03 is backwards 30. So it's like the mirror for reflection of each other. And then this card fell out of my utter nonsense phrases. It says, I love a man with a sense of style. Look at that guy. His confidence is practically oozing out of his cuffed pleated pants. And we know that he was a lawyer. And he was part of the O.J. Simpson trial. They were friends. He wasn't an acting lawyer for the case. He was more of, what did they call it? He was more of a, what's that word they used? It says friend and defense attorney during O.J. Simpson's murder trial. It was more of a, I don't know what they called it. Like, oh, I can't think of the word. Like, he just gave advice. He wasn't like the acting lawyer. He was there for like support and advice and to like give his opinion and stuff. Okay, but I did get a song. I had a dream about that was about a brothel. I don't know if that applies to this, but I did have a dream. And basically, in a nutshell, there was a woman specifically that started the mess of this dream. This woman, she was a mother figure, a maternal figure. Not that she was his mother, but just a woman, and she was probably like in her 40s or maybe like 50s.
They are beyond the boundaries.
They are beyond the boundaries. You'd save so much money on toilet paper if I was your boyfriend. I don't know what that means, but I don't pay that much for toilet paper, so. Oh, you guys are funny. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. So in the dream, there was a woman figure, and the vibe she was giving is like any venture she starts, it's always a mess. Like she's always like taking shortcuts and trying, she doesn't want to get a job. And she's always trying to do these weird like business ventures that like cost a lot of money but aren't done very smart. Like for instance, the one that really like stood out in the dream was she was trying to find shortcuts and ways to make money without having a boss or like, work for somebody. And one of her ventures, she had talked me into supporting and to come out to this area where she could show me this car and like this RV she bought. And but it was like in the future because this RV was like all souped out.
Spray.
It was definitely futuristic kind of, or another dimension, I don't know. It was different than our world. And I was hesitant because I was like, I don't know, every time I come, like it never works out. And I just, I'm tired. I just didn't like, I wasn't in the mood to deal with her. She was definitely like a family member or something. And so she talked me into going, of course. So I got dropped off by this like Uber in the dream. And she goes and she shows me the RV. And of course, like she didn't verify the RV. She didn't like look around for other prices. She didn't check if it worked. There's a lot of things that she didn't do for a business deal for such a large item for what she was like wanting it for. And so it turns out that the RV only works with this in this certain way, and she wanted it for like a traveling brothel or something like that. And I'm like, and I said to her, I said, the way she packaged it made it seem like some kind of like wise business decision. But when I really like stripped it of all the bullshit she was telling me to like buy into it, it's like she wanted me to like invest in it or work for it or something. And I'm like, you basically want a brothel on wheels? Like that's what we're doing here? And you never even check to see if it works. And there was this whole like thing where necrophonic, where there was this whole thing where I had to like come up with this really like, it took me a while to come up with this way where we could like figure out a way to make it run so we could at least get to where we're going, because we need it. It was like a mess. It was a total mess. And what I got from it was this, this woman for figure does this a lot. She's always trying to come to me to invest in these silly business things that don't make any sense. They don't, have any validity. There's no research done. There's no track record of success with this woman. So that was the dream I had last night. We did end up, there was like members of the brothel that were so young, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, they were legal, but they were still like young, and I was like, this is fucking weird, man. I don't want to be a part of this, but I can't leave until I get this thing to move, because I can't go. I took an Uber here. I have no way to get home. And she like, the cell phones weren't working, and she was a mess. She was a fucking mess. Okay, so that was the dream I had. And then there was a movie last night we were watching called Grim and Dark. And this character looked like Rob Kardashian with his like high like slick back hair and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that's giving me Robert Kardashian. And that's why I decided to do the reading. And I'm glad I listened, because I see a lot of synchronicities here. But he had a mother figure that was very dark contracts. He had a mother figure who was very like controlling, very bossy. And they were, basically it was a fairy tale about the devil and his mother. And they were like portraying the devil in like a cartoonish way, but it looked like Rob Kardashian. I'm not saying that he's the devil, but I'm saying he could have, Spirit said dark contract. He could have made a dark contract. And what was funny was that the devil was like saying, oh, I wish I didn't make a contract with that guy, and that guy is such a tool. And, he's like talking about, people who sold their soul to him. So it's called Grim and Dark on Netflix. Yeah, I believe it was episode 6 we watched. So there's some relevance about, again, a mother figure in him. And then the last thing I got was a song, and we'll jump into the reading. So I woke up hearing Teddy Swims' I Lose Control, but when I went to go pull it up, the one Lose Control is his
Attached.
detached. Thank you. Lose Control is his number one. I think both songs apply, honestly. That Lose Control is his number one streaming one, and then Bad Dreams is the second one. But I had just wrote Dream down, so I was like, okay, well, let me look at Bad Dreams since that one's calling to me. And it says, get this, sun is going down, time is running out, no one else around me but, oh, no one else around but me. Oh, I said no one else around me but, oh shit, maybe it's this woman. Let me write that down. I didn't mean to say that. No one else around me but, okay. Steady losing light, steady losing my mind. Moving shadows and grinding teeth. Without you, there ain't no place for me to hide. Or with you, there's no place for me to hide because I said no one else but me. No one else but, no one else and me but. Without you, there's no light, no way I can sleep tonight. What I do for a little bit of peace and quiet. Without you, I keep slipping, or with you, I keep slipping into bad dreams. So it makes me wonder if there was someone around him, perhaps a female figure, that he was associating to stress, that he was associating to like always being on the grind, always like never having peace, never having, feeling like it's enough, never feeling like, something like that. That could have associated with the way he felt before he died. I love you and I need you to set me free. That's very interesting. So Spirit said already, they are beyond the boundaries, anxiety, dark contracts. So there's definitely, and that's how I felt in the dream. I felt a lot of anxiety. It felt like a lot of pressure. This person, it almost felt like a family member. Because, with family, if you're in a position to help a family member with their idea or with some kind of venture, you don't want to like say no right away. You want to, support them and be able to, help them. But if everything they do is always like half-assed and it's never done correctly and it's always something different, it's like, why don't you just pick something and stick with it kind of thing. Now that you talk about lipstick, her lipstick looks like shit. Now that you talk about lipstick, her lipstick looks like shit. You guys, John, I still love you. Don't worry. I still love you. What did you say? You said, my wife asked me to get her lipstick the other day and I gave her a glue stick. She's still not talking to me. Well, you got the stick part right, I guess. Couldn't even apply your dollar store lipstick correctly. Aw, John. John, are you okay today? Is there something that you want to talk about? Is there something that you would like to get support about? Because you seem to be feeling a little down and out and looking for a little attention. Maybe in the wrong way, but I can feel you. So if you would like some help, if you want to talk about something, I'm here for you. I love you. Don't worry. You're loved, okay? You don't have to be mean to get attention. Okay, honey? I still love you. No, I can't give you a tarot card reading. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I low-key want to be under your feet. I'm not sure why. God bless you too, Gabriel. Thank you. Thank you for being here. A 50-year-old woman wearing Pokemon Halloween costume. Hey, well, you're never too old to wear a Halloween costume. You shouldn't put yourself in that box. That's why you don't have enough fun. You gotta loosen up.
Just glasses.
You gotta loosen up. You gotta have more fun in your life. Support your inner child. Okay? Support your inner child. I love you. Okay? See, there may have been somebody in his energy who is very like controlling, someone who is very like critical, someone who's um very superficial, because this says, I love a man with a sense of style. Look at that guy. His confidence is practically oozing out of his cuffed pleated pants. Okay. Don't say unappreciated words we don't need you to utter here. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Don't worry about it. You know, sometimes people need some love. I'm 13. I'm a child. Oh, well, I'm sorry that you had to grow up so fast. I'm sorry that you feel like you had to grow up so fast that you can't allow others to have fun in the same way that you can. I hope that you overcome whatever it is that made you grow up so fast, okay? Why the hell are you holding it up? What do you mean, look hard? Because I want you guys to be a part of the reading, because we're here together, okay? She sounds mentally slow. You guys. You guys, I don't know why anyone would want to wake up in the morning and just like, it's like people are hurting, man. People are hurting, and I'm happy you're here. If you're hurting, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to send my love to you. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings so bad. This is the internet, people, just to make jokes. Just like to make jokes. Well, you didn't hurt me. Wasn't hurt at all. I thought it was funny, actually. I'm not 50, I'm 42. My son's always like, "How old are you? How old are you?" I'm 42. I'm still 42. All right. Thank you guys for engaging with me. Spirit said curse. Yeah, I'm really getting that with this energy. There's definitely something that he felt like he needed to be set free. Like there was some kind of relationship. He was having bad dreams. All of these, it says, all of these. Baby, please come around. Help me settle down. Hellish habits can cloud my head. What are you waiting for? Something physical. I can't do it by myself. Without you, there ain't no place for me to hide. Or like I accidentally said before, with you, there ain't no place for me to hide. What I do for a little bit of peace and quiet without you. Slipping into bad dreams. And it just kind of repeats that. So it's very interesting. It's giving me the vibe that someone, it also says the sun is going down, time is running out. And when he got diagnosed with his cancer, it was only 2 months later where he passed away. So definitely not enough time to like figure everything out. That could have been something that was stressing him out, having such a quick diagnosis and then knowing that any day he could pass away. So there's something about him saying that. I just have this inkling. I want to know what Kris Jenner, she was born November 5th, 1955. So she was 10 years younger than him. So at the time they met, she was 10 years younger than him. Kris Jenner. Interesting. Kristen Mary Jenner. 69 years old. So he died when he was 59 years old. Interesting. Okay, so let's move on. What else? Spirits. Robert, please tell us what you want us to know. We'll do we'll do the amazing story generator, see what pops out. Okay. We'll do the amazing story generator. When you get diagnosed with a cancer, you're scared and you need someone to talk to. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it is very scary, especially when you get diagnosed and then I'm sure the conversation probably went, it's looking really bad. You're probably not going to survive this. We don't know how long you have, but you know, why are you so mad at the Kardashian family? John, I love you so much and I appreciate that you're having a hard day and I really love having those who are having a hard time have a little bit of my energy, but if you're going to be distracted, then I have to get you out. Okay? Okay. Okay. Bye, John. I'm sorry. You're cursed and I can't have you in here. Okay. All right. I don't use tarot, but we're gonna use the amazing story generator. All right. A clown in training. A clown in training. A clown in training. What's that mean? Makes a deal with the devil. I can't make it up, you guys. I cannot make it up. Just how I was saying in that movie, oh my gosh, the devil was complaining about someone he made a deal with. He was like, I wish I never made a deal with that guy. Or somebody. He wishes he never made a deal with somebody. Well, on a second honeymoon. That is... thank you so much, Spirit. That is crazy. So, this morning I was thinking about,
Conclusive.
thank you, Spirit says conclusive. People misconceive what making a deal with the devil is. It's not like sitting down with the devil at a desk and like going over a contract. It happens like with every decision you make. So like, for instance, if someone decides to cheat on their spouse, you're making a deal with the devil. If someone decides to act out of vengeance and rage and jealousy, you're making a deal with the devil. It's not like you're sitting down, with a contract and you're going to sign on the dotted line. It's maybe in your imagination, in the ethers, the way it looks on the spiritual, on the other side, on a spiritual side. And then when it comes down to physicality, it's going to look like, stealing, or it's going to look like lying, or it's going to look like, manipulation. So that's what making deals with devils are. So there's something about him choosing something that put him in devil energy, that put him in a negative energy. Okay. And I was looking at, I don't know if this is a new ability or if this is because I haven't put it into like attention on it before, but I was looking at his before and after pictures, and I've done this for a couple people, including Jeffrey Epstein, which you can go and listen to that reading. The before and after, almost like before. The before picture when they're younger is before, when they had integrity, when they had honesty, when they made, healthy choices that were of love, that were for the highest good. And then there's like the after, where at some point along the road, there was a decision made that took vital force away, and they start to look old and haggard, and they start to like look empty, a little empty energetically. And so there's something about that here. A clown in training. I don't know if that's referring to him or if he's talking about someone else. Someone could have cheated, Someone could have cheated, and that's something that's applying to the situation. We'll find out. I'm not sure. Okay. He said conclusively, so we'll continue. I love a man with a sense of style. Look at that guy's confidence. So somebody who's, this refers to, it says somewhere on the cusp. Thank you. So this refers to somebody who is very superficial, somebody that chooses people based upon their looks, that needs them to look a certain way in order to invest in them, that needs them to like have, a certain look in order for them to even like consider them, something like that. Demonic possession begins to show its roots over time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's like a gradual, it's like a gradual descent. It's fallen angels. We're all angels falling. It's like a gradual descent. And every choice you make, and it can go the other way. I was talking about duality. It can go the other way. If you choose kindness, every time you choose kindness, it's a timeline jump. Boom, boom, jump, 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 and you jump higher and higher and higher to your ultimate potential. But it's the same going backwards. Every deal with the devil you make, every bad choice you make, every choice you make that is going to hurt somebody or is going to, be selfish and take away from somebody else. That's a descent. And yeah, it's gradual. It happens over time. Absolutely. Okay. Sounds like a clown to me. Yeah. Well, there's definitely something about a clown in training. Somebody who wears a mask, somebody who is really foolish. In the dream, the woman, she was very foolish with her business ventures. She was never committed to one thing. She was always bouncing around and not ever doing the research. It was always just for like a quick buck. And she was always wanting my help to invest. That's the key to like invest in her, into her silly ventures. Why are you wearing tidy whities holding a leaf blower? Why are you wearing tidy whities and holding a leaf blower? A clown in training. Why are you wearing tidy whities and holding a leaf blower? Let me get one more. Tidy whities, dun-da-duns, we used to call them in school. I think it's sad how parallel lines never touch while on a second honeymoon. Yeah, I think that somebody cheated on him. Or he was a cheater, or he had something that came back around to him, or he cheated on the wrong person. Crudities. What's a crudity? Spirit said crudities. Crudities? Said prudities. Let me spell it. Crudities. Crudities. The quality of being rudimentary or makeshift, primitiveness. He criticizes the crudity of design, the quality of being offensively coarse or rude, vulgarity. Being very rude, being very primitive, being very inaccuracy. What are examples of crudities? The quality of being rudimentary or makeshift. The quality of being offensively coarse or rude. Crudities. This, it says while on a second honeymoon. So this could be talking about a relationship. Somebody who became very criticizing, or somebody who is very criticizing. Someone who makes fun of you, who makes you feel, why are you wearing that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why don't you do it this? Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh, I just got a $20, thank you. I want to say how amazing you are. Really appreciate you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much for that, LOL. I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I appreciate you. You look cool with that hat. Thank you. Pikachu, I choose you. Awesome hat. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for that.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Hey, Scott. So um everybody knows that this person is very superficial. Everyone knows this person's very criticizing. I think it's sad how parallel lines never touch. So it could have got to a point where, there was strain on this relationship. There was, there's no touching, there's nothing in common. And somebody could have, it says, while on a second honeymoon. I'm really getting someone could have cheated or or invested in another relationship, something like that, or there was like a divorce or something. Okay, can you please tell me more about this clown in training and makes a deal with the devil? Let's do a brain game. We'll do mind trap. Significance. Thank you so much, Spirit. We'll do a mind trap. Shadow received a near hysterical call from Art Dodger. Some thief pried my safe open and made off with all my wife's jewelry. Come over straight away, please. When Shadow arrived, Art recounted his story. My wife's in the hospital, so I've had to fend for myself. I was in the kitchen fixing dinner when I heard a loud noise in the basement. I rushed to the hall to see this woman race past me out the front door. I suddenly realized she was carrying my wife's jewelry case. I ran down the street after her, but she was a very fast runner, and after several blocks, she lost me. I walked to a nearby phone and called you immediately. Shadow looked down at the damaged safe and remarked, "You better not try that pathetic story on the insurance company, or they'll charge you with fraud." What's wrong with Art's story? You better not try that pathetic story on the insurance company. Some kind of insurance fraud? Art said he chased the thief, and when he lost her, he gave up and called the nearby phone. At that point, Art had not yet been down in the basement, so he could not have known that the thief had pried the safe open. There's something that he realized, and there's something that it might have been about his wife. His wife stole something from him. And he may have realized at the last minute, and that she was blocking him. He tried to get away multiple times. Or separate? He felt like he had to fend for himself. Like it was him and her, like he was the only one who knew what she was doing. There's something about fixing something in the kitchen. Something that his wife carried out and that he realized suddenly at the last minute. And there's some kind of threat. You better not try that story. Like, no one's gonna believe you. No, he caught her doing something. And she turned around and said, "You better not try that pathetic story. No one's gonna believe you. No one's gonna believe you over me," or something like that. What is this? Can I have clarification? Something about she could have threatened him, like, I'll put you in the hospital. I'll put you in the hospital so quick that no, you won't know what happened to you. Something like that. He could have tried to speak out, or he caught her doing something, stealing something, doing something, caught maybe funneling, funds. Maybe that's part of, that may, oh my gosh. So there's a couple things, and I think it's both. He could have caught her funneling money out of his accounts into like different fake businesses or something, to take money. Thinking, yeah, thinking. And that got him thinking. That could have been like the first thing, but if there's something about him wanting to give her the benefit of the doubt, because this is supposedly his wife. It says wife specifically. And this is a mind trap game card. And so there's something about, there's also something about him kind of allowing it to play out, but he's in thinking mode. So he's kind of like aware that, she could be doing things, making deals with devils, making wrong choices, stealing from him in certain ways, but he wants to see like how it plays out. So that could be why she's so critical. That's that guilty conscience when you're like, you're projecting onto the other person, and you'll like treat them bad because that you're like stealing from them or something. And then there's also something about him catching her. There's three things. Something about funneling money into fake businesses that she puts up for him to invest in, and then she steals the money. That could be why in the dream, every business she goes to him with to get more money is not an actual business, and she's done no research because it's not an actual business venture. She just wants to steal the money, Where the two paths cross. Thank you. And that's why I was saying, and then that opened his eyes to like, well, what else is she doing? So he was trying to like, let the cards unfold. And then there's something about jewelry, and there's something about insurance fraud. Okay, so he could have found some kind of like life insurance policy that she put out on him, or something that he found or was made aware of. And when he confronted her, she was like, you better not try that pathetic story, or I'm going to expose you as a fraud or something silly. Wrong, okay. Spirit said wrong. Oh, and it says, what's wrong with Art's story? Oh, I see what you're saying. Thank you. And so there's something that he knew was wrong. Maybe he didn't catch her. Maybe he didn't know exactly that there was a life insurance policy, but he definitely knew she was, funneling money, stealing money, coming up with, lies, basically stories of, where she needed the money for and where it was going. She was funneling money. Okay. So that made him start thinking about, he was starting to reach his breaking point. The last straw. He's starting to get overwhelmed because, he's working so hard. He's working so hard for this marriage, and this person is, their commitment to him is not, what is expected of a marriage. There's definitely something wrong here. So tell me more about, this confrontation. He must have confronted her at some point, because it says right here, you better not try. Clown. Clown again. Clown in training, because this person tries to use psychological manipulation, and that's another deal with the devil. When you purposely try to chaotic laughter, when you purposely try to manipulate, it's like gaslighting. Like he's like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I found these accounts, that are taking money out of this account, and I'm wondering, where is it going? And she's like, you better not. What do you think this is? And she turns around on him and makes him feel, degrades him. It makes him feel shame and humiliation. How could you say that? I would never do that. That's ridiculous, And there's another deal with the devil. Every time you choose to lie, cheat, steal, you're descending down into the depths of your own shit, So there's something about him reaching his breaking point. He was trying to let it unfold, but it wasn't getting better. And so he comes to a point where, he's like, I gotta confront her. I gotta ask her what's going on. And she, does the, she does the degradation, fired up, fuming with rage, overwhelming explosion of emotion, very angry. He was upset. He's like, I want a divorce. I don't want to be with you anymore. You're a thief. I'm going to tell everyone you're a thief. You're stealing from me. You're not going to make it in this town, Sounds like the Charlie and Erica story. No bullshit. Oh, I don't know. Oh, really? Are you talking about Charlie Kirk? Is that... I don't know if Charlie Kirk's dead, y'all. I'm just gonna say it, and I'm going purely by Erica's reaction. There's something I feel that wasn't like genuine, like if she truly lost somebody, or if she's having to pretend like she lost somebody. I don't know. Let that be a prediction. Let it be a prediction. I don't know. I'm just saying. You can fake people's death. I'm just saying. Dispositional. Okay. He could be in like witness protection or something. So he was fired up. He was pissed. He's like, how dare you? I'm the reason why you have money. I'm the reason why you have this life. I'm the reason why, blah, blah, blah. He's pissed at her. They're both pissed. He doesn't want to be in this relationship anymore. He's like, you're a thief. I'm going to tell everyone this commitment's over, This commitment's over. And he possibly could have found out she was cheating on him as well. Oh, you're stealing my money and you're also cheating on me? What are you giving my money to whoever, whoever she's cheating with? So there's something about emotions. All right. What else? So he was very angry. There's an explosion of emotion. And this could have led to some kind of breaking point with this clown who uses psychological manipulation tactics to, get the light off of them. And it's a woman, so, and the card says wife, so I'm just saying, that's what it says. Where should I go? So what happened after the argument? So what happened after this argument? What was the plan after this argument? We'll do the junior stare cards. Look, a clown again. That's 3 clowns. That's 3 clowns. I have 3 clowns here. A clown talking to Spirit and Maria. A clown talking to a lion. Yeah, absolutely. And look at the lion's hair. Doesn't it look just like Robert Kardashian Sr.'s? So Robert Kardashian had the heart of a lion. He made some bad business deals, but ultimately he wanted to do the right thing. He was in a relationship. He was talked down to by someone in this relationship. This person was stealing from him. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 lions and 2 elephants. I think there's 4 children. Let me see. I think she had 4 children with him. 1, 2, 3. Kim, Courtney, Kim, Chloe, and Rob. Yeah. And there's 4. This could be the way the wife speaks to everybody, very criticizing, very always, it's not good enough, always wearing a mask, always wearing a lot of makeup, perhaps, always portraying themselves to be a certain way that they're not. Always talking, making lions feel small. He could have felt that about her. He could have wanted to just be alone. He could have just wanted to be alone. He was ready to separate from this relationship. Um, you might not like what she's saying, but she's right. You'll see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I don't like being right, I don't like being right sometimes, but he was looking forward to enjoying, peace, because the song said, I have no peace. I have no peace. I'm always grinding my teeth. Every time this person's around me, the sun's going down. They're always criticizing me. It's never enough. Well, it's just very toxic. This person's toxic. This person has, Spirit said Dorothy, Maria, Daniel, Denise, Dennis. So he was looking forward to actually doing things for himself, because he's lived a long while, pouring into this clown. I have clown 4 times, you guys. Pouring into this person who he feels is a clown, who could possibly be his wife, okay? He's tired of her. He's tired of her lying about her stealing money. She's possibly cheating on him. Yeah, because she's insatiable. She's insatiable. She always wants the quick fix. She's very overbearing. She's very predatory. She finds people's weaknesses, or this is a clown talking down to a lion, okay? Or she's always tricking people, she's beware of tricky cats, okay? Beware of tricky cats. So he's just basically giving us like a rundown of this person's energy, the energy they stand in. They've made many deals with the devil by, being selfish, always wanting more, always needing more and more and more under the guise of, protection of business. I'm doing this for our family. I'm doing this to protect our family. This is what we have to do in order to make it, but it's not really about making it. Okay, it's superficial, I love a man. You have been cursed. Yeah. Uh-oh. Curse comes out again. Spirit says you have been cursed. Are you saying, wait, hold on. Let me do the dowsing rods. Robert, are you saying that this wife may have cursed you? Yes. Cursed you with her words and her thoughts? No. Actually, like, paid to have someone put a energetic curse on you? Oh my god, he scared me. Oh, he scared me. Okay, I'm almost done, okay?
Can you put something on the big TV?
Well, you can do it. You can press the button and then you speak into it. That scared me. Wow, that's wild. From my experience, and I'm no expert, I don't do curses, I don't do spells, I don't do any of that, but I have known people who have actually dabbled in witchcraft who got stage 4 cancer and died a few months later, honestly. And that's how energy manipulation can work. If somebody has access to somebody who claims to be powerful enough, who knows that kind of stuff, what we're learning is that it can absolutely happen to anybody. And what we're really passionate about is having you learn how to not be an energetic match to that. So that way it can't happen to you because it's not a match to your energy. The thing with Robert Kardashian that he's telling us is that unfortunately, he made deals with the devil too in his actions and his patterns. Hey, honey.
Really hungry.
Okay, well, I'll be up in a minute. I'm almost done, okay? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. It was on the floor. It's like Cruella de Vil. It scared me. Cruella de Vil vibes. Hold on, please. I gotta put something on for my kids.
On the landing.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I had to put something on for my babies. Oopsie. So we got to a point where we said, curses can't affect you if you're not matching it. So there's something about him that must have matched the energy for him to even be affected by the curse. And the curse was clearly for him to pass away because there's something about he was going to divorce his wife, and he was pissed at her because she was been funneling money out of his accounts into her business ventures that are stupid, that aren't real. They're fake businesses that, like money laundering kind of. And thank you, by the way. Oh, you're welcome. I just got here. Can somebody tell me what she's talking about? Thank you in advance. Yes, we're talking to Robert Kardashian Sr. He's revealing that he was married to a clown, somebody who it was never enough. Somebody who has Cruella de Vil vibes, somebody who it always has to look a certain way, someone who talks down to lions, clowns that talk down to lions. She was funneling money out of his accounts, stealing money, and when he confronted her about it, a big heated argument happened because she was gaslighting him. She degrades him. She shames him, humiliates him. How could you think that I would never do that? And blah, blah, blah. And then the last straw was something, there was some kind of last straw. I don't know what it was exactly, but it could have been something about insurance or jewelry or something, or definitely it could have also been the affair, because I have a second honeymoon here. And that's when he wanted the divorce. But if he divorces her, then she gets nothing because she cheated and she's been stealing. And he was like, she's like, you better not try that pathetic story, or they're never going to believe you. I'll make sure of it. So there's something about her cursing him, and she could have paid somebody to curse her. Let's curse him. Let's see. Because if he leaves her, she doesn't get anything. And she doesn't have a job. She doesn't do anything. You know, there's nothing that she's established on her own that would solidify her, you know, the need that she has for all the money and stuff. Because she's living this lifestyle beyond her means. Okay. So there's something about that. How can I find out about that? Let me see. In the song, he's like, steady losing light, steady losing my mind, moving shadows and grinding teeth. So up until his death, he could have been scared. I can't sleep at night. I have no peace and quiet. I have bad dreams. There's no sound when I cry. There's something about him knowing what she did. Knowing what she did and not being able to tell anybody. Because it's like so outlandish that, you know, he doesn't think anyone would believe him or something. Or that's what she's telling him. So there's something about that. Where should I go? Longing for a simpler life. Yeah, longing for a simpler life. He was definitely going to leave her. He was definitely going to leave her and be on his own. He was happy to do that. But she made a deal with the devil. Can you please further elaborate on that? What's this deal with the devil? What should I do? I'm not sure. Should I do... I'll do win, lose, or draw. The cat's meow, poker face. Double talk, headhunter. Double talk, headhunter. Have an axe to grind. In clover. Have an axe to grind. What's that mean? Have an axe to grind. Have an axe to grind. Have a private reason for doing or being involved in something. Have an axe to grind. Have a private double talk. The cat's meow. Have an axe to grind. Have a private reason, video. Have a private reason for doing or being involved in something. Double talk. I think he's talking about the O.J. Simpson trial. Have a private reason for doing or being involved in something. Double talk, the cat's meow. The reason why he was a match to this curse that his wife put on him, because he was going to leave her, is because of his involvement with the O.J. Simpson trial. He did that only purely because he wanted to have the attention put on him. It was purely egoic. It wasn't to help, you know, an innocent man. Everyone knows O.J. Simpson wasn't innocent. Okay, make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe button, guys, so people can find us. We really appreciate it. She could have stolen the money and paid the high wizard for his curse. Well, let's ask. Let me ask. I can ask yes or no questions. Let me ask. Was his wife paying somebody to put a curse on him, on you? Yes. Was she stealing money from you? Was she using the money for her business ventures and collecting it? Yes. So you didn't think she was stealing it at first? Yes. Okay. Did she use the money she was taking from you for cursing you? No. What did the curse come after you threatened divorce? Yes. Okay. So it wasn't something, this was something she did that in a very angry energy. She was pissed that he was going to leave her, that he found her out, that he discovered what she really does with all the money, because she's always coming up with these stupid businesses that she never researches, that she never puts, you know, she never chooses one thing to invest in. She's always hopping around everywhere because he's like, you know, I went to school and I went to, I'm a lawyer and I worked really hard to get where I am. If you want me to invest in something that you want, then I need you to show me the value of it. I need you to show me, why it's good. And then all of a sudden, he's climbing the ranks and he's doing business deals and he's making a name for himself, and she likes that. She likes that life. She's 10 years younger than him as well at the time. She's basically a gold digger, okay? And she's very critical and she's very superficial and she needs it to look a certain way, okay?
Jealousy.
Jealousy. Jealousy. And so she's jealous, Robert Kardashian's this very charismatic man who everyone respects, who everyone looks up to, maybe even the family. Maybe he's the soft one where, all the kids go to him whenever, the wife pokes and prods and criticizes. They go to the father to be, comforted and to be, held, and to the nurture. He's the nurturer. But there is something where, she could have got in his head. She could have got in his head like, you need to be bigger. You need to be better. You're friends with OJ. You should be sitting next to him. You should be sitting. And he's like, I don't know. That's kind of like, if he's guilty, I don't want to be associated with that. Well, if you don't sit next to him, then, you're not going to make a name for yourself. The cat's meow. Nobody's going to know who you are, stuff like that. Double talk. But that she was just double talking because she didn't care if he was guilty or not. She just wanted their family to have this, recognition. She's very superficial. She's Cruella de Vil, you guys. Cruella de Vil vibes. She wants to wear fur jackets and stuff. And so, she's saying, go be part of the team and show support, and it's going to be televised, and that you're going to, that was his deal with the devil. He should have never partook in that. He should have never supported somebody who took lives. And we did do a reading with OJ Simpson, and he could have been under some kind of love spell from a mistress. So you should go look at that if you want, in the past, in our archives, if you want to hear that story, because he absolutely did it. Whether he was under a spell or not, he was still a match to that. And so you think that rich people wouldn't need to do spells and stuff, but that's all they do. It's the richest people, it's the elites. Even JP Morgan said, I use an astrologer and oracle, and you can go watch that one. The elites are the people who absolutely 100% use spells and whatever, all that shit, but that's why all these things are coming out about them now, because now it's the harvest season. It's Samhain, it's the harvest season, or the end of harvest. And so what you reap, you'll sow. Okay, so they're sowing their seeds right now, or they will be. So that's why have a private reason for being involved or doing something. So his private reason for being involved with the OJ Simpson trial was not to help OJ Simpson. It was to literally get, recognition, because his wife was like, you need to be a part of this and we need to be bigger. And it was just never enough. And so that's what made him a match to whatever curse she threw at him, because he was going to leave her with nothing. He was going to prove that she was funneling money. He was going to prove that she was having an affair. And maybe in the laws of California of divorce, if you can prove those things, then that person doesn't get your estate or whatever. Her eyes are so red. It's just a big red flag that she's on something. I think the real red flag is that hat while talking about this. I think that's how the wife would be, like, look at you and look at this. And, my throat, my throat is definitely, I have a lot of throat chakra blockages happening, but it's okay. I'm still here. I'm showing up. So I think that's why. Tobias, why do you care about my hat? You don't know how to have fun? I'm sorry that you don't know how to have fun. Well, Tobias, I don't live for your opinion, and I don't do what you want to do. Chris just had more plastic work. She looks 30. Oh, I can't read her energy. Robert Kardashian, can you tell us why Kris Jenner looks the way she does? Yes. What are some things I should ask? It has to be yes or no. Did Kris Jenner get plastic surgery? No.
Thier.
Fear. Did Kris Jenner do something specific to look the way she does today? Yes. Did Kris Jenner, if she didn't get plastic surgery, what else is there? Did Kris Jenner get a special surgery to look the way she does? No. Did Kris Jenner trade energy with someone? Yes. Did Kris Jenner trade energy with someone younger? Yes. Did Kris Jenner trade energy? Did Kris Jenner absorb energy? Yes. Did Kris Jenner take someone else's energy to look the way she does? Spirit says it's not plastic surgery. I don't know what that would be. I don't have any idea. But according to Spirit, that ain't surgery. Okay? Robert Kardashian.
Reduce.
Robert Kardashian. Are you worried about your son? No. Is your son okay? No. Well, I think he's not worried about him because, you have, whatever choices you make, you have to play them out. Is that right? Yes. Robert Kardashian, are you saying that someone in your family introduced energy manipulation to your family? Yes. Are you saying that they dabble in energy manipulation now without you? Yes. Did you catch or see your family member using this kind of energy manipulation? Yes. Is that one of the reasons why a curse was put on you? Yes. Is that why this person said no one would believe you? Yes. You guys, Robert Kardashian Sr. saw what this woman, this Cruella de Vil energy was doing, and absolutely 100% was cursed because of it. I died. And he was cursed to die with cancer, a horrible death, and as stuff is the throat. So she definitely put a curse on his throat, and that could have, so he wouldn't speak out. Wow, that's wild. How can we heal it? How can we heal it? Wow. It came out of the Jezebel's mouth. They do root work. They're definitely involved in something. And Kris Jenner's glow up is not plastic surgery. Okay, it's something else. It's something else. These celebrities, these elites, you have to understand that or what we're learning to understand is that since Pharaoh, even Pharaoh used magic, manipulated ancient holistic practices to bend energy to their will so they could stay in power. These are the same spirits incarnating over and over again. Will your congestion clear up when done here? I don't know. I've had some chest congestion, but it does get a little bit worse when I do the readings. But it's okay. It probably will get a little better when I read. I mean, when I leave. Yeah, when I read, it gets worse. Even our reading with JP Morgan, he had a quote that said, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. And so you have to understand that these are cycles that these spirits get stuck in, because even though every soul is divine, we come from the divine spark, from pure, pure source, pure positive energy. When you come into density, magic is fake. Yeah, absolutely. Magic is not needed. You don't have to manipulate energy to do these things. But these are souls that are stuck in cycles of control, of manipulation. And so they'll exhibit, or they'll come back to the same tactics they use in every life, especially in the days of Pharaoh and even before then. And they manipulate energy, and they have people who they pay a lot of money to, who have this knowledge, and they think it's so great because it's instant gratification, and they can control certain outcomes, but it's only temporary. The control is temporary, and it takes from your energy. And so every time it takes from your energy, you start to become more haggard. You start to become, more like evil. You start to become darker. Whatever shadows are present in you become amplified. And then you also run out of your own energy because you're doing these things, and it's working, and you're like, oh my God, it's working, and you become addicted to doing it because it works, but really it's taking from your own vital force. And then that's why they resort, the entities attached to them, because they're matching that energy, and the entities will be like, okay, well, now you need to do this because you're not powerful enough. So you have to like kill a bug or kill an animal or whatever. And then, that becomes not enough. And you have to keep, adding it up every time, because you have no more vital force. You're empty. You're an empty vessel. You're not full of divine love anymore. And so you have to take energy from people. So according to Robert Kardashian Sr., this upgrade in their appearance is not from surgery. It's something else. Spiritual surgery. Seek the answers. All answers lie within you. Ask bravely. Listen patiently, and the truth will emerge. Exploration, inner wisdom, truth discovery. Yes, that's what he did. He stopped believing somebody that wasn't making him feel safe. This person was not making him feel loved. This person was not offering a commitment. They kept talking down to him. They kept making him feel like it was never uncomfortable seating, Spirit says. They kept making him feel like it wasn't enough, and so he listened to that, and he decided to search for the answers, and to seek out what he was looking for, and he gave it time, and over time he started to see more of the truth, and that's what got him in trouble. And she, whatever she said to him to talk him into the double talk to be part of the O.J. Simpson trial is what made him a match to this curse, because he should have never been a part of that. He should have never been by the side of somebody who took people's lives. Everyone who helped protect O.J. Simpson will have karmic consequences, or will be a match to that energy. Okay. astral compass. The stars form celestial compass that guides you. Follow its light to navigate your soul's journey with clarity. Cosmic directions, starry guidance, true north. Yeah, he should have never followed her advice. She was always imposing her advice to be more, to be more famous, to get more recognition, to get more money. It was always superficial, and he should have trusted his astral compass, his spirit guidance, instead of trusting that this woman had the best interest for everybody, because her interests lie in herself. She just always has to be the center of attention, and nothing's ever good enough for her. She's always talking down to lions, making lions feel small. Okay?
Pushing up daisies.
Pushing up daisies. Oh, thank you, John. Okay, Mahal. I don't know. That's clearly. Did he love her? Did he ever love her? Let's ask. Robert Kardashian, what did you ever love her? Yes. Yes. Were you in love with her more than she was with you? Yes. Was her relationship with you purely superficial and financial? Yes. Did you know that at the time? No. Did you believe her lies? Yes. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, Jen, are you
Salt.
Jen, are you salty because you're a gold digger and you kind of mirror this clown energy? Jen, are you a Cruella de Vil and that's why you're projecting onto the reading? Because you wouldn't have felt the need to say something if it didn't make you feel some kind of way. In Jesus' name, I pray these people find truth, and if they seek you with all their heart, Lord, they will reveal yourself to them and only allow you. In Jesus' name. Chris acts like a madam the way she handles her family. Oh my gosh, and that's so funny you said that, because in my dream, she was the woman in my dream who was giving me the business venture she wanted me to invest in, was basically sugarcoating what would be a brothel. And I was like, what? That's basically a brothel. Like, she was sex trafficking. So, what Robert Kardashian Sr. is saying to us is that, he would, instead of trusting this woman who exhibited very clown-like behaviors, that exhibited toxic behaviors, where he caught her lying and stealing, and he was in love with her, so he was blinded by love. But that's the thing, if you're blinded by love and you're overlooking certain behaviors that you shouldn't overlook, it could be to your detriment. You could be the one who falls because of somebody else. And so really ask yourself, is the person exhibiting, the fruits of God in their behaviors, not just what they have physically, but their relationships, the way they treat others, the way that they treat you, the way they make you feel. Presumably, do they make you feel safe? Do they make you feel seen? Do they meet you halfway? These are the fruits of God that you want to ask yourself when you're in any relationship, whether it's work, whether it's friendships, whether it's, family, whatever it is. Do these people lift me up? Do these people make me feel like we're sharing energy? Those are the things you want to ask yourself. Is this person giving me good advice? Is this person giving me good advice from a good place? Or are they trying to manipulate me? No, not salty and not a gold digger. Can't take someone seriously who wears a Pikachu hat. Well, it's Halloween. You gotta have fun, Jen. If you take everyone so seriously who doesn't wear a hat, I don't know. I mean, just because I'm wearing a Pikachu hat doesn't mean that I'm not being serious. So I don't know if that's a good judge of someone's character. I don't know if that can really qualify. Okay, go on.
we need help on the night before Christmas. Mom, do you watch Night Before Christmas when you were a little girl?
Mm-hmm. I did.
But we're trying to put it on.
Okay, let me say goodbye, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, I gotta go. What's one last thing you want to say to us? So, following your own guidance, seek the answers for yourself. Don't seek them outside of yourself. Secrets of time. Time is not your enemy, but your ally. Everything unfolds at the perfect moment. Divine timing, cyclical rhythms, patience, and trust. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, everything comes out in time. Any secrets that you have, it's time to heal them, okay? Spirit says this is the time of truth. You can't, everything you've done in the dark, you can't hide anymore. So we're going to have to just allow things to unfold. I gotta go. I gotta go, you guys. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll do another one. We'll do a true crime. Bye, guys.